G'day all, welcome back to the channel. Been a bit quiet lately on the old YouTube, so I thought I'd go ahead and make a little video and give everyone an update on what's been going on in here and what I've been doing. So it's been a couple of months since the last video, so as we know, Victoria, the floods, all that kind of thing, all that combination of that is basically why I haven't put anything out. So basically what's been going on in here. So we've still been kicking along on the projects, making progress on those. If you're a long time viewer of the channel, we've been working on the VL. I've done a bit more since then, getting bits and pieces ready to paint. Probably the last 3 to 4 weeks I've actually been doing some renovations in my shop. So having a big tidy up, big clean up, trying to reset for the new year sort of thing. Because basically, look, once I moved into this shed, I basically brought everything in, threw it in a place where it fit. That's where it stayed, and I basically jumped into working. So I'm taking the chance now with the VL at the tail end of it. Now's the perfect time, I think, for me to organise the shop, have a big clean up, have a big tidy up, get everything, you know, in a home, in a place where it's supposed to be, set the shop up how I wanted to. So I've been doing that for the last probably, as I said, 3 to 4 weeks. So this video is basically, I'm going to give you a look at what's been going on, what I've been doing in here. This is just an update video to get back on track and speed you up to where I'm at. I've got a couple of weeks off over this Christmas break, so I'm going to be filming basically every day that I'm in here, so there's going to be a few videos coming probably pretty quick, because I do want to try and get this VL, if it's not 100% finished, I want it to be very close. So I'm going to film every day that I come here. I'm going to film what's going on, and there's going to be some videos coming out. So if you're new here, if this is the first time you've watched, I don't just put videos up where I just ramble shit all the time. So this is just going to be sort of one of those videos just to speed you up and let you know what to expect on this channel if you are watching for the first time. I do actually do work here, so just be patient. So anyway, without rambling too much like this, I'll flip the camera around, talk you through what's going on, where we're at with things, and I can get in and do some work to make the next video. So let's have a look. Alright, so if you've sort of been a long time viewer of the channel, you may notice this part of the shop, it used to actually have a wall that separated that part of the shop, and it also had a roof on the top. So it was always on my mind to get rid of it, just to open the shed up a little bit. So basically from this beam, this was all the wall. It was a roof from this beam across to the box section over there. So this was all enclosed in, and I couldn't really use it. It was basically dead space. So I spoke to the landlord, told him my thoughts on it about getting rid of it, and he agreed. So me and the old man got into it a couple of weekends ago and got it all dusted in about a day, and it just opened the shed right up. And now I was able to put these couple of cars here, can fit obviously another car over there like I've got, and basically it just opens up this part of the shop, so I can just have the two projects here, and obviously when the VL is done and finished, this area will be more open again. Both these cars, obviously the VL's mine, this is a customer's car, but they're all on wheel dollies. So the plan is, when I want to work on a car, I can easily push it out into the middle of the workspace and have enough space to go right around the whole car and work on, you know, whatever area the car that I want to work on. I've also put in some pallet racking, something that I always needed to do. obviously to store parts and things like that I'm not using, just to keep as minimal shit lying around the shed as possible, because that was a big issue for me. I do like things to have a home and have a space where everything is, just so things aren't lying around on the floor. I'm not a fan of that. So I did get the pallet racking all sorted. I'll basically line all this with storage tubs. Everything will be in a tub. Everything will be labelled, so everything's easy to get to. What's in the boxes, things like that. So what I'll do is I'll throw a picture up of what this area looked like, obviously before we pulled it down, just so you can get an idea of how much it's changed. So as you can see, it's changed quite a bit, and it's opened the shed up nice and lovely. This side here, so I basically used to have a toolbox here, a black cabinet. Plan here is to get everything off the walls, compressor included. Compressor will probably go, I'm thinking, in the other shed next to the spray booth. And here I want to put a new toolbox, which has a bench top on it, sort of just to make this area a whole workable bench space area. So everything that I need to do that requires a workbench, I can do it all in this area. So the pallet racking that I've got over there actually used to be along this wall here, but it wasn't double tiered, it was just the single. I was using that as a workbench, but that was mainly just to throw stuff on, and it was just a mess, so that's gone. This whole wall I want to be free of everything. I want it to be clear. Workbench, so this workbench actually used to not be usable as a workbench. In the middle, it had a big long piece of angle line, and the back half of this bench was actually, about 2 inches higher than this part of the bench. And it done my head in, so all that came off, new chippy on top, and now it's a usable bench. I've got the white chipboard up the back there. That's going to continue right along this wall, probably up to just beside that power box. A few metal cabinets will go on top of there for storage. Everything will have a home. New power points that I'm going to put in, so there's plenty of power points along here. So all my battery powered tools will be up in a cabinet with the chargers, and they'll be all in one spot. And it should come up pretty nice when it's all finished. Obviously I've got a long way to go, so that's why I can keep filming updates as I do more. So project wise, so obviously if you've been watching the channel, we've been doing this VL for a little bit, sort of at the tail end of it now. Still got a little bit to do, but I've got all the moulds and stuff all repaired and primed, and the only thing that is left is the bumper bars and the bonnet, which I'm going to get into today. I've got to strip the bonnet and things like that and get them into primer, same as the bumper bars which are sitting there. I've got to go through them and pick the best ones and get all that done. So the front end's all on the VL now. It's basically just sitting on there. I've just basically put a bolt on either side, but basically what I wanted to do was speak with the owner about what he wanted to do bolt wise, if he wanted to put new bolts in it, just to finish it off. And luckily he agreed, and in about 2 days these were in the post and I've got brand new bolts to put in it, so that should top it off nicely. Then I'll be able to button everything up nice, put the headlights in, and then once the bumpers and everything's painted, it can all just go on, and we're rocking and rolling. So this side is yet to be polished, and the roof. That's basically where we're at with that. The moulds and stuff are ready to rub down and paint, and yeah, we're making not bad progress on that. So basically, once this car's done, if you're new to the channel, what to expect, the EH is going to be up next, along with the Falcon Ute. I'll probably work on these two cars simultaneously. You know, spend a day on this one, and then the next day spend on this one. So plans for this EH is basically strip it all down, bare metal the whole thing, do all the rust repairs, and put it all together. This will probably be a bit of a full build. We're probably going to pull the engine out and have a look at that. Or at least I want to pull the motor out just so I can do all the engine bay as well. Basically go right over it, doors off, guards off. Majority of it's going to be, you know, this car's basically going to be blown apart, and we're going to do the whole thing. So if you like your EHs, consider subscribing if you're new, because there's going to be plenty to come on that. And then the XC Falcon Ute, which has been patiently waiting in the corner, we're going to get into that. That car's already bare metal, but I've got to go over it again, you know, treat all the metal, and then we'll be able to epoxy that and get going on that. I've got some panels already done off it, but we've still got a little way to go. So that'll probably wrap up this video anyway, guys. Just a bit of an update. I have got some time off, so I'm going to be filming basically what I do in here every day. So there's probably going to be a few videos coming out fairly quickly. So stick around if you're keen to see what's going on. But we are going to try and get this thing very close to being finished, because I want this car finished early in the new year. If I can even possibly get it finished, you know, in the next few weeks, that'd be good. So there's going to be plenty of content coming out. Alright, so that'll probably wrap this video up, guys. You know, if you're new here, consider subscribing if this is the sort of stuff that you like to watch, you know, cars being built and played around with. Majority of the work I do in here is, you know, panel and paint. That's what I'm qualified at doing, but, you know, I'll dabble in everything. Not scared to have a crack at it. So if this is the sort of stuff that you like to watch, consider subscribing, jump on board, and follow along with what's going on in here. The shop updates, you know, I can keep them coming if that interests people, which I might do anyway, just to document everything. So, you know, keep the variety going. Forward, holding, doesn't matter, we do it all here. So whatever tickles your fancy, we've got a bit going on in here to suit you. So anyway, till the next one, I'll see you then. Cheers.